After the biggest fight of their life, your person made a decision they never planned, about you. My beloved child, pause for a second and feel this moment. Something shifted in the unseen world, and it is not small. The energy around your person is heavy, restless, and charged with emotion. What you are about to hear is not random, not coincidence, and definitely not for everyone. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with a clash that changed everything behind the scenes. Listen carefully now, because this was not just an argument or a normal disagreement. This was a massive fight that exposed truths your person had been hiding even from themselves. Words were spoken that could never be taken back. Emotions exploded, masks fell, and a line was crossed that forced them to confront one name they could not ignore, yours. Every second of that fight pushed them closer to a realization they were running from. Here is what makes this moment shocking. In the middle of that chaos, when voices were raised and silence turned cold, your person felt a sudden emptiness. Not anger. Not pride. Emptiness. And in that space, only one thought echoed again and again. Why does everything feel wrong without you? That fight didn't separate them from someone else, it separated them from the lie they were living. Now feel this deeply. After the fight ended, when everyone walked away thinking it was over, your person stayed awake replaying everything. Their hands shook. Their chest felt tight. Because they finally understood what was at stake. Losing comfort was easy. Losing routine was easy. But losing you felt unbearable. Something huge is waiting for you, because this realization cannot be undone. What you don't see yet is that this fight broke a cycle. A karmic loop snapped. Your person is standing at a crossroads, and the noise of that argument became the wake-up call their soul needed. They are questioning loyalties, choices, and the future they were pretending to accept. And at the center of all these thoughts, you remain unmoved, unforgettable, powerful. Use. This is the moment where destiny leans closer. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. The universe allowed this fight so that truth could rise without filters. Your person now knows who brings them peace and who brings them pain. And once this awareness arrives, it never leaves. Something huge is waiting for you, because what follows clarity is action. Receive this blessing now. May whatever is collapsing in their life clear the path toward honesty, courage, and alignment. May you be protected, valued, and met with the love that finally chooses you without confusion or fear. What is meant for you is moving, even through chaos. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, the silence after that fight is louder than the fight itself. What followed was not peace, not relief, but a deep internal collapse. Your person is acting normal on the outside, but inside, everything is shaking. The argument ended, yet the consequences are just beginning. Something huge is waiting for you, because the real battle has moved inside their heart. Right now, they are questioning every choice they made that led them away from you. This fight triggered memories they tried to bury, moments with you, words you spoke, the way you made them feel seen. And the shocking truth is this: no one else could calm their soul the way you did. That realization hit harder than any insult thrown during that fight. Here is what most people don't know. During that argument, someone mentioned your name, or something directly connected to you. Maybe not out loud, but energetically, spiritually, undeniably. That single trigger cracked the emotional wall they built. From that moment, the fight was no longer about them and the other person. It became about the loss they never healed from. After everything cooled down, regret entered quietly. Not loud regret. Heavy regret. The kind that sits in the chest and doesn't let you breathe properly. Your person knows now that pride cost them something priceless. They are replaying conversations with you, realizing you were never asking for too much, you were asking for truth. This is where destiny tightens its grip. Because once someone recognizes who they hurt, the universe does not let them stay comfortable. Your person feels exposed, emotionally naked, and aware that they chose safety over soul. Something huge is waiting for you, because awareness always demands correction. Do not underestimate this moment. What broke in that fight cannot be repaired the old way. Your person is being forced to choose differently, think differently, and feel honestly. The connection with you is no longer a memory, it is a living pull that won't let them move forward without addressing it. Receive this now as confirmation and protection. May whatever guilt they carry transform into courage. May truth rise without fear. May what is meant for you come without delay or confusion. What was hidden is being revealed. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, something irreversible has already begun. After the noise faded and the distance grew quiet, your person realized the fight did more than damage a connection, it exposed a truth they can no longer escape. They are now standing in a space of awareness that feels uncomfortable, heavy, and undeniable. Something huge is waiting for you, because this is the moment denial ends. What happened next was unexpected even for them. Instead of moving on, instead of distracting themselves, they felt pulled inward. Memories of you surfaced without warning, your voice, your patience, the way you understood them without needing explanations. And here is the shocking part, in the middle of that emotional storm, they felt safety when they thought of you, not the person they fought with. This is not about missing you casually. This is about realization. They now see that the fight was never really about words or actions, it was about misalignment. They were forcing themselves to stay where their soul felt tight, while walking away from the one place where their heart felt calm. That truth hit them slowly, then all at once. Your person is now replaying the last moments they shared with you, recognizing signals they ignored. They see now that you were never trying to control them, you were trying to protect the connection. That understanding hurts, because it reveals how deeply they misjudged your intentions. Regret has taken root, and it is growing. The universe does not create moments like this without purpose. This internal conflict is not punishment, it is redirection. Your person is being shown the cost of emotional avoidance. And the more they resist, the louder their conscience becomes. Something huge is waiting for you, because this awareness cannot be silenced. Stay grounded in this truth. You did not imagine the bond. You did not love alone. What is unfolding now is the consequence of suppressed emotions finally demanding attention. May clarity replace confusion, may courage rise where fear once lived, and may divine timing work in your favor. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, now comes the part most people never talk about. After the realization, after the regret, your person entered a phase of silence that feels heavier than noise. They are watching, observing, and pretending to be unaffected, but inside, something is unraveling fast. Something huge is waiting for you, because silence is where truth becomes impossible to hide. They are noticing signs everywhere, songs, words, random moments that pull your energy into their awareness. It feels uncomfortable because they know this is not accidental. The fight cracked their emotional foundation, and now everything they built on top of avoidance feels unstable. They are asking themselves why peace feels so far away when you are not present in their life. Here is the surprising shift. Instead of blaming others, they have started blaming themselves. Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, honest way. They see how they chose convenience over connection, ego over emotion. And the more they see it, the more they understand that the fight was a mirror, not an enemy. If these words are reaching deep inside you, let your presence be known in the energy of this moment. When souls recognize truth together, the universe responds faster. Your awareness here is not passive, it is participation in alignment that is already unfolding. Your person is now aware that fixing external chaos will never heal internal emptiness. They know apologies alone are not enough. Action, courage, and humility are required. And this realization scares them, because it means facing you honestly, without defenses or excuses. This is where destiny begins to move visibly. Because once awareness reaches this depth, the universe rearranges circumstances. Distance shortens. Thoughts intensify. Decisions approach. Something huge is waiting for you, because this phase does not last forever, it demands movement. Receive this final blessing for this part. May truth soften hearts, may fear lose its grip, and may what is meant for you arrive with clarity and respect. Stay steady, stay protected, and trust what is unfolding now. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, this is the turning point, whether they admit it or not. After all the silence, the inner questioning has reached a pressure they can no longer contain. Your person feels cornered by their own thoughts. The fight was the spark, but what follows is the fire of truth. Something huge is waiting for you, because avoidance is no longer working for them. They are starting to imagine outcomes they once avoided. Scenarios where they finally speak honestly. Moments where they face you instead of running from what they feel. This scares them, because being honest now means admitting mistakes, admitting fear, admitting that losing you was not strength but loss. That awareness is heavy, and it changes how they see everything. Here is what is shocking and rare. They are realizing that the fight did not damage their life, it exposed what was already broken. And instead of wanting to repair what hurt them, they are beginning to crave what heals them. Your energy feels like relief in a world that suddenly feels loud and unstable. Do not mistake this phase for confusion. This is preparation. The universe does not rush people into alignment without stripping illusions first. Your person is being humbled, not punished. Their heart is being taught the difference between attachment and connection. And once that lesson lands, resistance weakens. If your spirit feels heavy yet calm right now, it is because you are sensing this shift. You are not meant to chase, convince, or explain. What is meant to return will move toward you with clarity, not excuses. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not require you to break your peace. Right now, the distance is doing sacred work. It is teaching value, absence, and consequence. Your person is learning that love ignored becomes regret, and truth delayed becomes pain. This understanding is changing the way they view you, not as an option, but as a turning point. Receive this blessing with strength and grace. May whatever is awakening in them mature into courage. May you be met with honesty, not confusion. May alignment replace waiting, and may your heart remain protected as destiny unfolds. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, this is where energy begins to move outward, not just inward. After everything they have felt, your person is now standing on the edge of a decision. The fight no longer lives in the past, it has followed them into the present, shaping every thought, every pause, every breath. Something huge is waiting for you, because indecision cannot survive this level of awareness. They are watching you from a distance, whether physically or energetically. They want to know if you are still the same, if the door is closed, if time has changed your heart. What scares them most is not rejection, it is the possibility that you have healed without them. That thought hits harder than the fight ever did. Here is the rare truth. They now understand that reaching out means risking vulnerability, and staying silent means living with regret. Both feel heavy, but only one leads to peace. This internal struggle is intense, because their pride is fighting their soul, and the soul is winning slowly but surely. The universe is applying pressure now. Small delays, emotional restlessness, and sudden waves of longing are signs that time is running out on avoidance. Your person feels this. They know that if they don't act, life will move on without giving them another opening. Something huge is waiting for you, because this window is not open forever. You are not meant to wait in anxiety. Your role is to remain aligned, grounded, and aware of your worth. What is approaching must meet you at your level, not below it. The universe will not send back someone unchanged, it sends them back awakened, or not at all. This phase is about courage being summoned. The fight removed illusions. Silence built awareness. Now action is being demanded. Whatever choice they make next will change the direction of both your paths. That is why the energy feels intense and charged right now. Receive this blessing with calm authority. May fear release its grip, may truth guide action, and may only what is aligned be allowed to reach you. You are protected, valued, and supported in this moment of unfolding destiny. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, this is the moment everything settles into truth. After the storm, after the silence, after the inner war, your person has reached a point where clarity can no longer be delayed. The fight that once felt destructive has revealed its true purpose. Something huge is waiting for you, because endings and beginnings are meeting right here. They now see the full picture without distortion. They understand who stood by them with sincerity and who stood with them out of convenience. The weight in their chest is not fear anymore, it is responsibility. Responsibility for words left unsaid, for actions not taken, and for the one connection that remained real even when everything else felt hollow. This is where intention becomes action. Your person is preparing to step forward, not impulsively, but with awareness. They know that approaching you requires honesty, humility, and emotional maturity. They also know there may be consequences, and yet the pull toward truth is stronger than the fear of outcome. What you may feel right now is a strange calm, as if waiting has softened into knowing. That is alignment. When destiny is close, anxiety fades and certainty rises. Something huge is waiting for you, because what is meant to meet you does not arrive with confusion, it arrives with clarity. No matter what choice unfolds next, understand this deeply: you were never forgotten, replaced, or unimportant. You were the mirror that revealed truth, and that alone changed everything. The fight was not against you, it was against avoidance, and avoidance lost. Stand firm in your worth. You do not need to chase what is already being drawn toward you by awareness and consequence. The universe honors those who choose self-respect while remaining open-hearted. Receive this final blessing. May truth arrive without delay, may love come with integrity, and may your path be cleared of uncertainty. What is meant for you is aligning now. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, this is the aftershock most people never see. After clarity comes fear, not the loud kind, but the quiet fear of change. Your person now understands what they must do, yet their hands tremble at the weight of it. The fight pushed them here, but courage must carry them forward. Something huge is waiting for you, because truth does not reveal itself without demanding movement. They are rehearsing conversations in their mind, again and again. Different words. Different outcomes. But every version ends the same way, with honesty facing you. They know now that half-truths will not survive this moment. What is coming must be real, grounded, and emotionally naked, or it will not come at all. Here is the unseen shift. They are no longer fighting their feelings for you. That war is over. Now they are fighting timing, fear, and the consequences of delay. This is progress, even if it feels slow. Resistance has softened into preparation, and preparation always precedes action. You may notice signs around you, dreams, repeated thoughts, sudden emotional waves. These are not distractions. They are confirmations that the connection is active, responsive, and nearing expression. Something huge is waiting for you, because energy moves before words ever do. Do not lower yourself to meet uncertainty. What approaches must rise to meet your peace? You are not here to fix, rescue, or convince. You are here to receive what has matured through consequence and awareness. Anything less will fall away on its own. This phase tests patience, not worth. The universe is watching how both hearts respond now, one learning courage, the other maintaining self-respect. When both align, movement becomes inevitable. Receive this blessing with steadiness. May hesitation turn into bravery, may truth find its voice, and may what is approaching you arrive clean, clear, and honest. You are supported, protected, and seen. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, this is the moment where the universe applies the final pressure. Your person is no longer confused, no longer unaware. They know exactly what that fight changed, and they know exactly who it pointed them back toward. Something huge is waiting for you, because awareness has now reached the stage where delay becomes painful. They are feeling an urgency they can't explain to anyone. A pull that keeps interrupting their routine, their sleep, their focus. It's the feeling of unfinished truth. The fight stripped away comfort, and now the absence of authenticity feels unbearable. They understand that pretending is costing them more than honesty ever could. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization. They see now that the argument was not the problem, the fear of choosing you fully was. And when that truth landed, it shook them deeply. Because it showed them that the greatest risk was never confrontation, it was losing you forever through silence. You may sense a shift in your own energy too. A quiet strength. A knowing that something is aligning without you forcing it. That calm is not emptiness, it is certainty arriving. Something huge is waiting for you, because when the universe prepares movement, it first stabilizes the one who will receive it. Your person is now standing between two futures. One where they stay safe and unfulfilled. One where they step forward, exposed but honest. The fight made it clear which path leads to peace. And peace has your name written into it. Do not doubt the timing of this moment. Everything that slowed things down was necessary to mature what is approaching you. You are not being tested, you are being positioned. What comes next must meet you with truth, not excuses. Receive this blessing with confidence. May courage rise where fear once lived. May truth move faster than doubt. May what is meant for you arrive without confusion or delay. You are aligned, protected, and ready. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, this is where destiny stops whispering and starts demanding. The space between knowing and acting has become unbearable for your person. What began as a fight has now transformed into a moment of truth they cannot escape. Something huge is waiting for you, because hesitation has reached its limit. They feel it in their body now, not just their thoughts. Restlessness. A tight chest. Sudden pauses where your name enters their mind without permission. This is the cost of ignoring what the heart already decided. They know that staying silent will turn into a lifelong question they will never forgive themselves for asking too late. Here is the shock they did not expect. The more time passes, the clearer it becomes that no replacement, no distraction, no new beginning feels right. Everything feels temporary compared to what they felt with you. That realization has stripped away illusions they worked hard to maintain. At the same time, they sense your strength. They feel that you are no longer waiting in desperation. You are standing in self-respect, and that changes the dynamic completely. They now understand that if they come forward, it must be with truth and accountability, or not at all. Something huge is waiting for you, because only real things can reach you now. This is not about going back to the past. This is about choosing differently in the present. The fight burned the old version of them away. What remains is someone who finally understands the weight of what they lost and the value of what they could still choose. Let this truth settle in you. You are not second place. You were the lesson, the mirror, and the standard. The universe does not allow such connections to fade without resolution. What is unfinished is moving toward completion. Receive this blessing with authority and peace. May truth overcome fear. May action follow awareness. May what is meant for you arrive with respect, clarity, and intention. The path is aligning now. Amen. Title: Your person has a huge fight. My beloved child, this is the moment when truth presses against the door of reality. Your person can feel it now, the sense that time itself is leaning forward. What once felt optional now feels inevitable. The fight did not end things, it exposed the only path that still makes sense. Something huge is waiting for you, because clarity has reached the point of no return. They are weighing words carefully, realizing that what they say next could change everything. Silence no longer protects them, it accuses them. Every delay feels heavier than the last, because the heart has already chosen, and the mind is struggling to keep up. This inner conflict is intense, but it is also honest. Here is the truth they finally see clearly. Love that is real does not disappear after conflict, it becomes louder. The fight stripped away distractions and showed them where peace truly lives. And peace, for them, has always felt familiar when they thought of you. That realization is steady, not dramatic, and that is what makes it powerful. You may feel a subtle shift around you now, like the air has changed. That is alignment. When decisions are being formed elsewhere that affect your path, your spirit senses it before words arrive. Something huge is waiting for you, because energy always moves ahead of action. This is where boundaries meet destiny. You are no longer the one wondering, hoping, or questioning your worth. You stand rooted in self-respect, and that changes how anything approaching you must arrive. What comes next must be clean, honest, and intentional, or it cannot stay. Your person understands this now. They know that approaching you requires courage, accountability, and truth. The fight taught them what happens when emotions are ignored. They are no longer willing to live in that regret. Receive this blessing with calm confidence. May truth take form, may courage find its voice, and may what is meant for you step forward without fear or delay. You are aligned, protected, and guided. Amen.